So JavaScript is the scripting language. JavaScript is a scripting language, and it was uh, designed to create interactive effects within the web browsers. It is used to create interactive effects within the browser. So within the browser, JavaScript is the most popular scripting language. JavaScript is the most popular scripting language. So nowadays, uh, so nowadays, so all frameworks, JavaScript frameworks based on JavaScript only. Okay, JavaScript is the most popular scripting language nowadays. The latest frameworks on JavaScript, the base is JavaScript for all these latest JavaScript frameworks. So script language are easier and faster to code in than the more structured and compiled languages like C, C Sharp, okay, Java. So scripting language developed by Netscape language developed by Netscape to enable to design interactive sites, and JavaScript can interact with the HTML source code. JavaScript can interact with HTML source code, enabling web authors to spice up their sites with the dynamic content. So web pages to add functionality, web pages to add functionality, and validate forms, and communicate with the server, and a number of things we can do using JavaScript. Okay, we can validate the forms before submit the data to the server. We can validate the form. Okay, we can check the data, whether the data is correct or not, and we can add the functionality like some mathematical functionalities, like server side functionality also we can add, and we can communicate with the server, so we can interact with the database. Okay, using JavaScript we can insert the data into the database, and we can retrieve the data from the database. So JavaScript advantages is speed and simplicity and server load. Okay, it will reduce the burden on server. So first one is speed. So client side JavaScript is very fast because any code functions can be run immediately instead of having to contact the server and wait for an answer. JavaScript is very fast because any code functions can be run immediately. Okay, immediately, instead of having to contact the server and wait for an answer. Next one, simplicity. So JavaScript is very relatively simple to learn and implement. JavaScript is very simple and simple to learn and implement. Okay, implement. Next is server load. It will reduce the burden on server. Okay, no need to wait for the response. So these are the three main advantages using JavaScript. So JavaScript runs in the client side only. The client side means browser. Okay, nowadays all latest browsers are supported JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript runs in client side. So that is called the browser. And JavaScript is the most popular scripting language and works in all browsers. So JavaScript is a scripting language and designed to add functionality to HTML pages. The definition of JavaScript is a scripting language and designed to add functionality to HTML pages, and JavaScript is usually embedded directly into HTML pages. The main important thing is no need to purchase the license. Okay, all browsers are supported JavaScript, so that's why no need to purchase the license, and you can execute JavaScript code without any compilation. You can execute JavaScript code without any compilation. Okay, without any compilation, and no need to purchase license. So where we can insert JavaScript code in HTML pages. So we have to use script tag, starting tag and ending tag. Script tag, to insert JavaScript in HTML pages. Okay, we have to use script tag to insert JavaScript in HTML pages. So we can use script tag in body section and header section. Okay, and at the same time we can use in body section and header section. In both areas we can use at the same time. For example, header tag. Okay, header section in HTML page. Here we can add script tag to insert JavaScript. Okay, and here body tag in our HTML page. Okay, here we can add script tag at the same time. Okay, at the same time you can use script tag in header section and body section. So we can do one sample example using JavaScript. The sample example is display the current system date and time using JavaScript. So here our project folder is there. So create one sample HTML form. Okay, HTML form is created. Default uh, basic tags, with basic tags HTML form created, and just we want to display the current system date and time using JavaScript. Okay, so we can take one paragraph. ID is p1. Okay, so we can display date and time in paragraph using JavaScript. Add script tag in header section. Okay, so write simple example document dot uh, sample statement. Okay, uh, document dot get element by id, here p1 dot inner html equal to date is the predefined method in JavaScript. This is the single statement to display the current system date and time in paragraph. So if you run this example, cannot set property inner html of null. Sometimes it will accept the script tag in body section. Okay, uh, so this is the current system date and time. Okay, so here we can use script tag in body section and header section. Script tag, just we can display some alert box using JavaScript. Welcome to JavaScript. Okay, so when you run the page, this alert box will be displayed. So run this example, you can see welcome to JavaScript. So in both sections we can use script tag at the same time. So this is the sample example, and this example, this statement means document dot get element by id. Document is this HTML document. Okay, total this HTML document dot get element by id. Get element by id is the predefined function in JavaScript to find out the HTML elements with id. Okay, get element by id, find out the HTML elements with this id dot inner HTML equal to date. Inner HTML uh, is the property to apply the content to the HTML elements, and date is the predefined method this method get the system date and time internally. So just comment this alert box. Here I want to take one variable in JavaScript where my date equal to new date. Okay, just I want to display month to day to year only. Okay, here displaying entire India Standard Time, but I want to display only month, day to year. So you can see my date dot get month. Okay, get month. So in JavaScript we have to add +1 for the get month method, because it will take the last month number only. Okay, that is 11. So but current month is 12, so that's why we need to add +1 in JavaScript. My date dot get date my date dot get full year. Okay, so now run this example. Okay, 12/28/2017 is the current date. So like this we can arrange the date and time formats. So the lines between skipped tag contains the JavaScript and are executed by the browser. Okay, these statements are executed by the browser. So because all browsers are supporting JavaScript, okay, no need to install the JavaScript in our system, and no need to buy the license for the JavaScript. So that's why these statements are executed by the browser only. So JavaScript in HTML page will be executed when the page loads. Okay, these statements are executed by the browser when the page loads, and this is not always that we want. Sometimes when you click on the button, you need to execute some logic. Okay, so when you click on the button, you need to execute some logic. Or in the same example, when you click on the button, you need to display the current system date, month, year. So here we can take button, input type equal to button, value equal to display date, and okay, close this button. So in JavaScript we need to create function. Okay, my function. So in JavaScript function is created. So when you click on this button, this function is executed, okay, by calling this function in on click event. Okay, button click event. So this is the event. When you click on this button, this function is executed in the JavaScript. Okay, this browser executed these statements and display the date in paragraph. Okay, here only one button is there. So when you click on this button, date, month, year. Okay, month, date, year displayed. Okay, sometimes we want to execute JavaScript when an event occurs in the browser, such as when a user click on a button. So when this is the case, we can put the script inside a function, and we can we can write the JavaScript code in external files. External files nothing but .js files. You can write JavaScript code in external files. External files. So JavaScript can also be placed in external files, and external file syntax is .js files. So we can code to be on several different web pages. We can code to be on several different web pages. Okay, web pages. So using external files, we can use the code in different web pages. So for example, you have 2-3 HTML files. Okay, 2-3 HTML files also need same functionality or same function you want to execute. So you can write the function in one .js file. Okay, that is external file. My scripts. Okay, .js. You can write the function in .js file, and you can use that function in different HTML pages. That is the main usage of external files. Okay, you can code to be on several different web pages. So for example, so create one function, my function 1. Just so I want to display some alert box. Hi. Okay, so we need to link up these two files. Okay, .js files, .js file and .html file, HTML document. So use script tag and source attribute myscript.js. Okay, here we have to give the .js file path and type equal to text JavaScript, and close this tag. So here we can remove this function. Okay, comment this. So when you click on this button, this my function 1 will be executed. My function 1. Okay, so run this example. Okay, hi, alert box is displaying. So same thing, we can use this JavaScript file in different HTML pages. Okay, so you can create another HTML form, and you can take one button, and you can call the same function in that HTML form also. So when you click on the button on that another HTML document, so the same alert box will be displayed. Next is um, so JavaScript is case sensitive. Case sensitive. So that so therefore watch your capitalization when you write JavaScript statements. Watch your capitalization when you write JavaScript statements. Okay, so create or call variables, object and functions. So for example, uh, in this example, my function is here. Uncomment this. Uh, get element by id method, predefined method is there. Okay, so here you can observe every JavaScript predefined function. Okay, first word small letters. Okay, predefined methods, first word small letters. From second word onwards, first letter caps. Okay, you can observe any method in JavaScript. First word small letters. From second word onwards, first letter caps. You can see here active element. First word small letters. From second word element e caps. Add event listener also same. Add small letters, event and listener small cap letters. Okay, first word. So you can observe any method in JavaScript. So document get element by id. So if you write here e small, okay, e small, you will get the error. So run this example. Click on this button. Okay, there is no output here. Go to inspect, and you can see here error. Document get element by id is not a function. Okay, this error message is displayed here. So that's why before you write JavaScript statements, okay, we have to check the capitalization. So first word small letters, from second word onwards capital letters, first letter caps. Next, this statement tells the browser to what to do. Okay, this statement tells the browser to what to do. JavaScript statements tells the browser to what to do. Okay, JavaScript is a sequence of statements. JavaScript is a sequence of statements. Sequence of statements to be executed by the browser. Executed by the browser. And JavaScript statement is a command to the browser. The purpose of the command is to tell the browser to what to do. JavaScript statements tells the browser to what to do. Semicolons separate JavaScript statements. Semicolons separate JavaScript statements. Okay, each and every statement end with a semicolon. You can observe these two statements. This is one statement. This is one statement. This statement is ended with a semicolon, and this statement also ended with a semicolon. Okay, each and every statement must be end with a semicolon. So according to the JavaScript standard, the semicolon is optional but highly recommended to end with a semicolon. Okay, each statement is executed by the browser in the sequence they are written. So that's why it is highly recommended ending statements with a semicolon. So JavaScript statements can be grouped together in blocks. Statements can be grouped together in blocks. So blocks start with the left curly bracket, and end with the right curly bracket. Okay, right curly bracket. Okay. So blocks start with the left curly bracket and end with the right curly bracket. So blocks means, so this is the block. So blocks start with the left curly bracket, end with the right curly bracket. So this is one block of statements. This block of statements executed by the sequence they are written. Okay, each statement is executed by the browser in the sequence they are they are written. First this statement is executed, after that this statement is executed. The purpose of a block is to make the sequence of statements execute together. Next, JavaScript comments. Okay, this is also one important topic in JavaScript. JavaScript comments can be used to insert code description. Comments can be used to insert code description, or if you don't want to execute some block of statements, if you don't want to execute some block of statements, you can put that statements in comment. So that browser will not execute those statements. Okay, those statements. So the comments is, we can insert the code description, right? We can write the comments for the code. Okay, compulsory we have to explain the code. Okay, if you write the single line of statements, you have to uh, write the comment for the code, okay, in real-time applications, so that another developer also can understand the what is the use of that statement. And if you don't want to execute some block of statements, you can put that statements in comment, so that browser will not execute those statements. In future, if you want use that statements, okay, if you want to use those statements, you can uncomment. So comment syntax is comment start with okay, here in JavaScript, two types of comments is there. So one is single line comment, and second one is multi-line comment. Single line comments and multi-line comments. Single line comments start with comments start with two slashes. Okay, so this is the symbol to apply the single line comment. Suppose if you want to write some single line comment in JavaScript, so write here like this. Experiment is to get system date. Okay, below statement is to get system date. So like this, you can write single line comment for the code. And for multi-line comments start with slash star and end with star slash. Okay, so these are the two syntaxes. Start with this syntax, this symbol, and end with this symbol. Multi-line comments. So for example, the below statement is to find out paragraph in HTML document and display current system date. Okay, this is the two lines comment. So you can put these two lines in multi-line slash star and with star slash. Okay, this is the multi-line statement. And if you don't want to execute this statement, you can comment this. In future, if you want to use this statement, you can uncomment. Okay, these are the two type of comments in JavaScript. So these comments are very important in real-time scenarios. Okay, in real-time applications, compulsory you have to write the comment for the single and even single line of statements. You need to write the comment. Okay, what is the purpose of the statement which you have written? So in the following the comment is placed at the end of the code, like you can put the statement in end of the code line also. Okay,